this doesn't fully count as like a PLE, but it's a different. Saturday Night Main Event is not just your everyday episode of wrestling like a Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna count it as a premium event.
Interesting. Okay.
And we're gonna do our official predictions just
They're
like it
making
was.
it sound like it. They're building it up to that.
Exactly, and I mean when you look at the card, it's just as strong, if not stronger, than Survivor Series.
And like you said, they're planning to make this a monthly thing almost.
Yeah.
Supposedly in the future, so let's see if they start with the fucking.
Well, not monthly, but quarterly. It's like
thing,
once every 4 times a year. So we'll see what's gonna end up happening there. But we gotta go ahead and run through our predictions here. Let me go ahead and pull up the Women's United States Championship tournament, because that's the first one that we're going to go ahead and talk about here. So the people that we have left is in the final, I believe it's what, Meechin and Chelsea Green?
Mm-hmm.
That's who's left?
That's definitely for sure going to be.
So, is that it? Who's left?
Is that who's going to be?
Or no, because
Saturday, no.
Who won the match between Bailey, Candice, and B-Fab? I don't even remember.
You have to look it up more.
Fuck. All right, let me figure this out.
Just looking at Google Images. Get off the Google.
Well, because I'm trying to find the just bracket and type shit. Got it.
Because there's going to be a match still this SmackDown, you know?
Yeah. So our semifinals are going to be Bailey versus Chelsea Green and Meechin versus Tiffany Stratton. I do think the final is going to end up being Meechin versus Chelsea.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes the most sense. Because Bailey, I think, is going to end up wrapped up in bigger feuds. And she's just, I feel like, too big.
She's too good for that
for the United States title, yeah.
She can go for Grand Slam.
And Tiffany Stratton, it just doesn't make sense. Like, what, we're going to make her 2-belt Tiffy? Like, I don't see it. Because she's already got the money in the bank. So it's too much silverware. I feel like that wouldn't really make sense. So let's just go ahead and assume, for prediction's sake, and if we're wrong, we're wrong. But for prediction's sake, let's assume that it's Saturday night's main event. The final for the United States Championship is going to be Chelsea Green versus Meechin. Your prediction, sir?
Chelsea Green.
I agree. I also think it is going to be Chelsea Green. I just think that she's had so much fucking momentum. Like,
you called this way earlier too.
Take gender out of it. She's one of the strongest mid-card wrestlers, period, in WWE at the moment. Like,
She for sure has a lot of charisma and shit.
One of the things that I've loved hearing Cody Rhodes talk about, and he learned this from his father, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is the idea of maximizing your minutes. Because a wrestling program is a limited amount of time, and the main eventers take up a chunk of it. And so if you're someone who's not a main event talent, you might only get 90 seconds or 2 minutes on the actual show, a minute on your show. So make it count. Do something in that amount of time that's going to make it memorable, make the audience laugh, make them hate you, make them love you, whatever it is. And so often in Chelsea Green, and also to Piper Niven's credit, her as well, but in the Chelsea Green segments, just the comedy is just so often, like, just so entertaining.
She gets multiple segments on shows, bro.
And it's never boring. It's never, ever, ever boring. And so it just, to me, she has done such great work throughout the entire year. I honestly wanted her to win the Women's Money in the Bank. I understand, obviously, why Tiffany got it, and I'm not against that at all. She's a very, like, the young talent there is huge. I get it. But Chelsea Green, dude, has been doing phenomenal work in her own right, and I feel like deserves her moment to shine. And I think I've mentioned this when we were first originally talking about our predictions of who's gonna win it. I love the idea in wrestling of the like super conniving heel that's like always trying to cheat to win, like kind the Eddie Guerrero style where it's like they're always gonna cut corners and do whatever. And I feel like she's quintessential that like she's never almost never wins a match straight up. And it's hilarious seeing all the hijinks and all the bullshit that she tries to pull out to get her wins. So I definitely think that she's deserving. I definitely think that she's deserving. Um, I guess we could go ahead and go into the non-championship match on the card. Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre. One of the ones that was kind of thrown together, I mean, literally at the very last minute. Like, Drew returns on the most recent episode of Raw, doesn't even say anything. He just comes back and beats the shit out of Sami Zayn. And then that's a match.
It's definitely Drew's get back. I'm calling Drew.
I also,
It's
fuck yeah, I hate
It's
that
Drew's
we're
get
just
back,
so
bro.
much in agreement right now, but there's no way that you bring Drew back off the shelf after this long and he takes an L. Like, that just,
He needs to go on his.
and this is the other thing too, is Sammy can eat pins, like, infinitely, but he never loses momentum because it's Sami Zayn.
It's
Everyone
100%
loves Sami Zayn.
gonna be a good match, but
No, oh, fuck yeah. I don't think that Sammy, well, this is where we're going to disagree. I think Sammy might get his shit fucked
you
up.
think that it's squashed?
Type shit, yeah. I don't know, full like 30-second like old school traditional squash match, but like minimal to no offense. Like,
Tough.
I think Drew might no sell a haluva. Type shit. Drew might no sell a haluva kick. Just because I think Drew is going to come back on some supercharged demon time shit. Like, bro, he's been fucking, I know you're the Dragon Ball fan on the show, but he was fucking charging up like fucking Goku for how long. That fool is just straight up locking in, and now he is back on a fucking mission, bro. I'm telling you, the Drew we're gonna see is a demon. And that's why I think, especially like I said, with someone like Sammy who can just eat pins and it doesn't even hurt him, he's gonna put Sami Zayn through some fucking shit.
I feel that.
This is the other reason why I think this could potentially be squashy. This is a 2-hour show, just like how we've been seeing with Monday Night Raw and shit like that, and with commercial breaks. But this is a PLE, so we can expect that a lot of these matches are gonna go pretty long. So with 5 matches booked on the show and only a 2-hour time window minus commercials, I could understand how one of the matches might run a little short. I could see this match being less than 5 minutes. I'll say that. Not, like I said, not traditional squash where it's like short, less than a minute, but less than 5. I could see it. I could see like a little bit back and forth in the beginning. Sammy tries to pull out a early haluva kick. Drew no sells like 3 claymores and he bodies him. If I was booking it, that honestly might be how I just straight up, like, just, yeah. Give me, like, 90 seconds of back and forth, and then, like, somehow Sammy gets to a haluva kick attempt, Drew no-sells it, and then you just kill him. And we get home in 3 minutes. I think, because, bro, we got to bring back Drew on Demon Time. But for the prediction's sake, I will lock in both of us for Drew, and we'll see if I end up being right that Sammy gets his ass kicked in under 5 minutes. Gunther, man. Gunther has been put into a triple threat up against Finn and Damian. And I'll tell you what, I was really not looking forward to this match when it was just Gunther versus Finn one-on-one. Because my expectation was that Damian was just going to come out and do what Finn's been doing to him for the last couple matches that Damian has had. But now that it's been made a triple threat, I'm way more excited to see how it's going to play out because now it's a little bit more unpredictable. With the way that Gunther has been lately, his whole kind of ring bitch that he's been going through. Finn, who, yes, has been Finn Balor over the last
Hella Pin Balor.
since Mania, really. It is also a moment where it feels like his motivation should be at its peak. Like this would be a moment where he could kind of come back to being the traditional Finn Balor that we know him to be. And then obviously Damien is the fucking Gunther. You might be the ring general, but in the streets, I'm the king. You know, with Street King Damien, who knows, bro? So this is literally like the first two matches we talked about. I literally already knew off rip what I thought I was going with. This is a tricky one. This is a tricky one. Part of me, and I think this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna go with. I feel like it could end up being Damien and Finn getting in one another's way, and then it ends up just being Gunther getting the win, and maybe even Gunther returning to truly the ring general, where he like, I don't think it's gonna happen, but it'd be cool if he does like the stack pin or something like that. Like, I think that could happen, where we basically see Damien and Finn getting too distracted on their personal shit, and that takes away from them.
Gunther just locks in and fucks them both up.
If it was gonna be anyone to win between Damien and Finn, I would love it to be Finn, cause he needs it so fucking desperately. Needs any sort of positive momentum. He has just been getting stuffed. It's been so bad. But honestly, I think it's gonna be Gunther. I think it's gonna be the Ring General. I just feel like they're gonna get in each other's way. What are you thinking?
I hate once again to agree with you, but I feel something different's gonna happen. I feel there's gonna be some dirty Dom interaction that's gonna lead to some type of feud with Finn and Dom.
Oh, I like that.
Cause you've seen how he's been talking.
Yeah, for sure.
Lot, bro.
For sure.
That one little run in when they're like getting into each other's faces and shit, bro.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
It might be an accidental. Oops, I fucked up your pin or whatever.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that.
Yeah,
and I didn't mean to do it type of shit. But he meant to do it type of shit.
I like that.
So it's going to be Gunther off that. He's probably going to recover off some shit like that.
So you're saying a Gunther win off of a Dom interference.
Yep.
I like that a lot. I'm going to go ahead and add in our caveats
Finn's
here.
been talking a lot of shit to him, bro. He's been talking down hella to him.
He has, bro. He's been treating him like he's an unkie.
Like he's the leader, bro.
That fool's not the leader, bro.
That fool's been talking down like he's the leader, though. He's like, if you listen to old Finny, everything was right. Everything was right.
If you listen to Finn, we win. Damn. I hadn't considered that, but I almost like yours better than mine, because I just want to see Dom continue to get elevated. I think he's just still been so on fire this whole year, continues to get better and better. But I like that. The Women's World Championship, Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. This is an interesting one. I was pretty dead set on the idea that Liv Morgan was going to retain until Rhea started kind of
being cool with Io and shit.
Like, obviously, that kind of started during the War Games shit. And it seems like it's continuing now with what we've seen recently on Raw.
Coming out fucking...
So I am kind of starting to think that we could potentially see some sort of Rhea assistance.
Leading to Io win?
Potentially.
And then leading to Io v Rhea somehow in Mania?
Potentially, yes. I think a lot of people are seeing that vision. And Oof. Part of me thinks because everyone's seeing that vision, it's gonna go a different direction. But I don't. It just does make so much sense. I feel like I have to go for it.
Interesting.
I feel like it makes a lot of sense. I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go EO. I'm gonna go EO.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go EO with Rhea help. Cause it just makes so much sense. I feel like you easily can still continue like in between getting to EO versus Rhea at Mania, like at the Royal Rumble or something like that, or maybe even the like debut Raw on Netflix or something like that. You can do like the final Liv versus Rhea blow off match where like Rhea finally gets her full comeuppance on Liv and everyone gets to cheer as Liv gets the shit beat out of her, and we could finally fucking move on from this storyline. I feel like it would be a good way to kind of move things forward in the women's division. Because as much as for a time this was one of the hottest stories going in wrestling, it's gotten to a point where it's starting to kind of hold back the rest of the women's division because we have to wait for this massive feud to have its full payoff for the rest of everyone involved to move on. And so I feel like this is a good way to move the women's championship on and just get it away from this feud and set up a chance for Rhea and Liv to finish their shit off and then give Rhea a chance to have her WrestleMania moment against Io, which will be a fucking banger match if it happens. I like it. I like it. So how are you feeling about the Io Liv? Where are you at with it?
I feel Liv.
Liv retains?
Liv retains, but out of Raquel interference / Dom interference. Because I feel like
So you think Rhea's gonna come out, I'm assuming?
Rhea's gonna come out because Dom's gonna be out there doing his fucking regular Dom shit.
Okay.
But then Raquel's gonna come, and of course,
Okay.
it's probably gonna be
Okay.
that type of team.
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, if that's how they want to justify it. I guess it's just like I would be a little disappointed keeping the belt on Liv.
But then we also might get fucking Damage Control. Well, just fucking Kyrie Sane. That's her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her coming out and helping and shit like that. But we'll see, bro. I don't know. But I feel it's definitely probably gonna be Liv retaining. I feel like her losing the title is probably gonna be more later on.
See, I would be really shocked if she holds until Mania.
She's not gonna hold till Mania. I feel like I don't know.
Then like, what? How much longer is it gonna like?
I don't know if it's gonna happen at main event though, bro.
I don't think. Yeah, so far we haven't had a single title change, and I don't think either of us are gonna predict like Kevin Owens to win. And so if there's gonna be a title change on the card, I think Io is the best chance of it happening. And the reason I say that is because this is a chance that WWE is going to be presenting itself to a much wider audience than they normally have. I feel like they're going to want to book at least one title change just so people can see like, oh, it's exciting. Look at this. Someone's a champion now.
Yeah.
Like, I would be very surprised if all champs retain, essentially. And I feel the strongest about the one we're going to talk about next. I feel pretty strong about Gunther. Although I could see it going another way. I feel pretty good that Gunther is going to retain. So I feel like it's got to be Liv dropping.
Fairs.
I think that's got to be the one. I mean, I respect if I'll lock it in. We got fucking Liv with Raquel help.
And / Daddy Dom.
Daddy Dom. Oh, my fucking... Oh, man. Well, I just mentioned it. Let's get right into it. the championship match. What I'm assuming will be the main event.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Tell me how you feel. Tell me why Cody's gonna win.
Why he's gonna win?
Because he's gonna win. Is Cody not gonna win?
He's gonna win for sure.
So then tell me why Cody's gonna win. Because that's the thing that sucks is we all know Cody's gonna win. I almost wish that this wasn't a title match. And that they would have just done a regular...
like Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Title or whatever.
Just so that KO had a stronger chance of being able to get the win. But, like, do they have the balls? I get that. That's a question I want you to answer. Do you think there's any way they have the balls to put the strap on KO?
I don't think so.
In front of millions and millions of people on NBC?
It's not going to be the final boss versus KO, bruh.
Do you think there's any chance that KO wins the title? But then, hear me out. Do you think there's any chance KO wins the title, but then Cody wins it back at Rumble? Or Raw on Netflix? But just to give KO the pop? And to throw a wrench in Cody's title run and make it have a bit more stakes, a bit more uncertainty?
That would be interesting.
Do you think there's any possibility? And if so, what percentage?
Probably like 25%, I would say.
That's a pretty big amount.
I feel like there's going to be good moments in the match where I'm going to be like, oh shit.
I definitely think this is going to be a match that feels the closest out of all of Cody's title defenses thus far. But it is just going to be Cody. It just has to be. I don't see how it isn't Cody. It's got to be.
Cody.
Are you excited for main event?
Yeah.
You think it's going to be better than Survivor Series or worse than Survivor Series or just roughly the same?
It's going to be interesting where they take it. Like I said, there's going to have to be something that's going to have to happen.
All right, this is my final question for you that you got to answer. Because Survivor Series, what was the one thing that didn't happen that everyone thought was going to happen? The big return. A big return from somebody.
Final boss.
A lot of people were saying The Rock. I think people were even potentially thinking maybe just like Punk turning on Roman or just some big turn or some big return happening.
No, because this is going to be the first one, even though it's a comeback of the original or whatever, but it's the first of its kind supposedly, and it's going to be happening again, so they're going to have to for sure have something pop.
So I ask you this, do you think we see something along those lines? Do you think we get a big surprise?
I think we probably are.
A big Christmas surprise.
It's probably going to set a standard to main events that probably the other main events are not going to be able to reach, I feel like. It's just going to be able to get hype around main event and shit.
Do you think it's going to be The Rock?
We'll see. I don't know. I don't think so. Might be. I think so.
So what? You just said I don't think so, and then you said I think so. Motherfucker, what you thinking?
Because, yeah, it's probably time. It's starting to get close to that time, bro.
What other big surprises could potentially be out there? Because I have one that I think could also be potentially on the list.
Title drops? Fucking, I don't know, bro. You tell me.
Juan Cena.
You think Juan Cena might come out?
Potentially.
During one match, though.
Not even during just like to cut a promo or just something. Like, I think, like kind of how you said, just to come out like how The Rock could. I think just to pop out, just to show this bigger audience, like, hey, watch wrestling. We have big stars like Juan Cena. I do think if there was like gambling odds on who's gonna be the big surprise return at Saturday Night Main Event,
probably more The Rock.
I think The Rock is the favorite. The Rock is the heaviest favorite. But I think not too far behind is a Juan Cena. I think there's a chance.
Interesting.
I feel like between the two of them, the fact that they're both available, pretty strong chance that one of the two of them will be there. And I feel like because of the nature of, like we said, WWE having such a huge platform such a huge mainstream audience, they're gonna want to send the right message.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
So we'll see. But hopefully we get some big surprises. Hopefully it's a good show. We will see this weekend. Damn, bro. The only thing we was different on was literally EO versus Liv.
Mhm.
That's the one
That's
match that
interesting.
will
Let me
determine
see.
who was correct on the predictions.
Who knows more
That's
wrestling?
crazy.
Who knows more grabs?
That's crazy. We've done quite a few predictions at this point. That's the first time this has happened. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And I'm curious to see if any of them will be wrong on. Like if we got it wrong with like Gunther or something like that.
That would be interesting to see.
Interesting. Damn. All right. Fun. I'm excited for this weekend.
Fight, man.